Richard, are you there?
I am here.
All right, I'm going through my email, and look what I came up with. It says, Art, I was checking up on the latest information on the live information given from the Australian scopes. The current status of each scope, disabled. All 6 of the scopes have been shut down. Thought you ought to know.
Yep. I checked that earlier myself. I forgot to mention it. He's right.
Why would that be?
Because they're looking, and they don't want anyone to know they're looking. Look, we have to follow 2 roads here. Either we're looking at PhDs who spend a great deal of time and money getting doctorates and getting tenure and doing very cutting-edge things the rest of us would like to do and get paid for.
Right.
And they turn out to be the dumbest turkeys on the planet. They miss it, all right? Or they're a little bit deceptive. They're not being honest with us on the planet. And while they're telling us one thing, they're actually looking and doing what the science demands they do, which is when you see a wow signal, you go wow, and you go chase it. I mean, go back to what I said several hours ago. If you look at what I posted last night in the wee hours of the morning, they spent all of 10 seconds, Art, downloading that signal. 10 seconds. And then they did nothing more? They didn't go check the NORAD index. They didn't go check what satellites were available. They didn't go check. They didn't check anything.
I agree. It doesn't make any sense.
You know, at some point, us C people, with the C in the middle of our name, really have got to say, look, folks, which is more unbelievable? That the world is surrounded by stupidity and dumbness and idiocy, or we're being conned? Because I look at the world, and I see a world that kind of most of the time works, where most people are not dying because people are doing dumb, stupid things, like flying airplanes on marijuana and, you know, stuff like that. In other words, if you were to believe the skeptics, and I'm using that as a religious term, every possible thing that happens that we don't like is just happened. Darn, just dumb luck. Whereas if you follow the logic of human relations and, you know, sociology, things happen, as Franklin Delano Roosevelt said, in politics, there are no accidents. Things happen because someone plans for them to happen. And we have had a drumbeat for the last, 10, 15, 20 years in the so-called ET UFO area, where every time something bizarre happens, just coincidence. Oh, just a lone gunman. Just a mad bomber. Nobody plans anything. Now, the rest of the world is planned. You got up this morning and you had a plan for the day.
I sure did.
You have a list of commercials, you have affiliates, you go through a day, and I do too, and most professional people do, with plans in your life. You're planning for the weekend, you plan for vacation, you plan for your kids' college, you plan for insurance. We see all these things happen, and it just happened.
No, it's true. I have one of the most structured lives in the universe, and so you're right when you say that. Wildcard Line, you're on the air with Richard C. Hoagland and Art Bell. Hi.
Hi there.
Hi. Where are you?
I'm in Denver, Colorado. We listen on KHOW 630 on the AM dial.
Yes, sir.
I'm a layman, but I'm a hieroglyphics encoder by hobby and passion, and I've been doing it for 11 years now. And I've discovered something really remarkable that seems to be fitting with this Pegasus thing. I've broken a code, a hieroglyphics code, and it has its roots in the figure 666, and I'm not...
Why am I not surprised?
What hieroglyphic code have you broken? Where did you
Somebody is communicating in plain sight in our signs and in our in street signs, in corporate logos, in our books even around us, and we're just not picking up on it. The key to the whole thing is that figure 666 in Revelations, and I'm not disputing anything in the Bible. I'm just I'm looking at this from a different point of view. It is the way it is, and that's the way it is. It would help if I could show you. If you take a pencil and a piece of paper and draw the figure 666 with a magic marker, make it great big, and make it so that all 3 zeros of the 6s are touching each other. And then underline that with a heavy underline. then take it and rotate it up to the right, stand it up. So what you have is an E, a stylized E. And the hieroglyphic 666 is actually E lying, as in lying on its back or lying through its teeth. And this insignia has been photographed on some of the, I think it was Billy Myers, who's photographed a lot of the flying discs. The variation on this hieroglyphic is the capital E, if you draw just a regular capital E, and then a mirror image of it.
You know, I think the best way to handle this would be to have you send a visual image to Richard by fax. Richard,
yeah, just fax to our website, which is 505-771-0820.
It's a little difficult to visualize it, to put into words and have everybody convert that in their brains. So if you would send the visual, and if it makes sense, we're glad to get it up for you. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Richard C. Hoagland and Art Bell. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Phyllis in Alexandria, Virginia.
Hello, Phyllis.
I'm not sure that this, and I listen to you on business radio out of Bethesda.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that this is any significance, but Alexandria city government and NASA share one of the cable channels. And for the last month, we can watch NASA from 8 o'clock until the wee hours of the morning. And that's what I've been doing. But tonight, NASA's not on, which I think is sort of weird. They show, you know, they show the Earth, and they put up STS number, whatever it is that they're showing.
Sure.
And
yeah, I have it here on satellite.
Right.
Okay.
But they're not showing it in this area. But you have it in your area?
Well, I haven't been able to look because I'm frankly tuned on cable to Art's show, and I'm taping.
Right. But I just sort of, I didn't know whether that was significant or not, but it just struck me as sort of odd. And they've been, you know, replaying conversations with John Glenn and the other astronauts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So in other words, she's saying, Richard, that she's still seeing the feed, but the feed is not feeding live stuff.
Well, normally when they're not doing, you mean live from Houston?
Or from the spacecraft.
Well, that's what I mean. Normally you have either a view from the shuttle, inside cameras, or you have outside views, or you will most of the time be sitting when the shuttle is between TDRS downlinks. They have a kind of a static shot of the control center in Houston, the Mission Control Center.
Exactly.
With those blue consoles, that horrible blue. I mean, their designer really should go back to school.
All right, but I think what she's saying is that they've gone into replays and you're not getting any kind of live anything. We'll have to check that out.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I will do that in the next break.